Colorado State team that came in here a little bit tired. They had just traveled to Los Angeles to play Loyola Marymount, so we felt like the first few minutes, or the first opening 4 minutes of the game was going to be a good indication of kind of how the game went. We wanted to come out strong. We felt like we came out strong with the first 4 minutes against Temple. We wanted to do the same thing then as today, and I felt our start really propelled us and gave us some momentum throughout the first half. Even though we only shot 33%, for us to have a 17-point lead and hold them to 14 in the first half on 21%, and have a double-digit rebound lead at halftime was a big key for us.
Will you talk a little bit defensively, Coach, about what things you were doing, especially in those first 8-10 minutes? Anything different from Wednesday? Or?
Well, I was extremely nervous about Colorado State's size. We were the diminutive team in stature-wise. Coming out here, they can start 6'2", 6'2", 6 foot at the three. So we really emphasized to our kids. We had to do a good job on the glass more than anything else, and that rebounding margin carried to 17 at the end of the game. But offensively, it was a little bit of a similar story to Temple, where it would take them a few seconds to get across half court. They don't have a vast playbook like Temple, so if they run 7 to 8 seconds of their play, then we had to guard from 19 seconds to about 11. And that was a point of emphasis in the Temple game as well as today's game. How are we going to guard one-on-one play between that time segment? Unfortunately, in Temple, we couldn't get it done. Today, I thought we took away some strengths of the individuals that Colorado State came in here with, especially with the post players like Megan Henstra, only getting two points, and with Spotton, their leading scorer coming off the bench, only had 4 points.
Coach, was that the difference? Was that more of a want to, or just doing things better, or how did you guys do it better?
If I could answer that, I would bottle it up, but I'm unsure. I still think they got a lot of open looks, and like I said, Colorado State's a talented team, but they came in here tired, and we took advantage of that fatigue factor early in the game.
When you mentioned the size advantage, when we look at the stat sheets, your leading rebounder doesn't quite match 6'2", 6'2", 6'0". Will you? I guess that comes to your point of we have to get 5 people on the boards, doesn't it?
She went to the glass well today. There's no doubt about it. And then I'll tell her that, and then I'll also tell her in the same sentence she had a couple fall in her lap as well. So, but for her to get a double tonight, I think that's a first in her career. I was excited that she was able to knock down both threes. We need to have her continue to shoot well at the arc, and I need her to get to the foul line, even though she didn't get to the foul line tonight. I was happy she was able to go 2 of 2 at the arc.
And we also talk about the turnovers and assists. 4 assists, and she doesn't turn the ball over in 30 plus minutes.
Yeah, it was great. She was pressured by their number one, Udea Forte, as well as Caitlin Duffy at times, and she handled the ball like she needed to.
Jasmine Matthews had one of her, she has really stepped forward. Can you talk a little bit about her? It looks like she's starting to round into form after the early season, or a slow start.
Jazz is still not quite 100% from her injury, but is coming along very, very well. She's going to make her money at the defensive end as well as the offensive end. Last year, she guarded the best player on every team that we played, and she's going to be asked to do the same this year for us, and that's a tall task considering she's not at 100%, and we're going to keep asking her to contribute at the offensive end. So she's much better than 2 of 7 at the arc. So, but she did what she needed to do at the defensive end and ended up getting 10 points in 29 minutes.
Will you talk a little bit about not only creating a lot of turnovers, but taking advantage of scoring off of them? created 18, get 20 points off of it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good job. Our kids did a good job, and once Colorado State picked up the ball and it was dead and they no longer had their dribble, I thought our pressure picked up more so in the second half and towards the tail end of the first half of getting in passing lanes like we needed to do. We were unable to do that against Temple, and we were a much more relaxed defensive team. And I felt like that the team made that correction and adjustment from last game to this game.
With the early league, you had a chance to play some of your newcomers a little more. Just will you talk a little bit about what you see from your 3 newcomers?
They're young. They're coming along, but they're young. We're going to ask a lot of them, and they're going to be coached the same way as if they were a veteran. And I don't think you can ask for anything more as a young player to be coached the same way. And they're going to continue to improve. I wish I could have gotten our 2 freshmen a few more minutes here and there, but with the 2 of them ended up with 20 points in 21 minutes. It was a great stat for them. And if Miriam can continue to get to the line like she did tonight, I thought that was a big key, considering we only went to the foul line 4 times in the first half, and that was a big difference in the second half, getting there 21 times. But they're young. We don't have a lot of depth on this team, and with that said, everybody's going to get their chance. And I challenged our wings at halftime more than any other player on this team to step up and to be a factor instead of a non-factor.